Atlanta news first, plus starts now with First Alert Weather.
First Alert meteorologist JD Disharoon here, and as we take a look, we still have the threat for storms on your Memorial Day, Monday and Tuesday, and we do have actually the chance for storms Saturday and Sunday as well, just not quite as high, not enough to trigger that First Alert weather day. So what we're going to be watching is the threat for rain as we head throughout the next several days. Isolated chances tomorrow, mainly in North Georgia, maybe creeping down into the North Metro, but then as we head into Sunday, more scattered showers and storms. So neither one of the days are going to be a washout. Don't cancel your plans. I know we've said that for the past few days. As we head into Monday, that is a First Alert weather day for the evening storms that are going to be rolling on in. And by Tuesday, we're looking at widespread showers and storms across the region, also for that First Alert weather day. And then Wednesday, kind of settling into a summertime weather pattern. Thankfully, not as hot, but we're going to be dealing with those pop-up showers and storms as we go in towards really the whole back half of next week. We're going to be looking at, for the most part, just a very unsettled weather pattern over the course of the next several days. So as we go in towards tomorrow, we're going to be looking for 81 degrees here in the city. Mountains are going to be in the low to mid 70s. So if you're going to be heading up to the North Georgia mountains, it's not going to be the best weekend. One, you have the higher rain chances, cooler temperatures, and just really predominantly overcast skies as we head on in towards both Saturday and into Sunday. The rest of us, though, pretty decent. 86 on Sunday. Looking at a scattered chance of showers and storms, and then overall on Monday, that is our next First Alert weather day. We'll be looking for evening showers and storms, widespread. If you have any Monday morning activities or early afternoon, if you're going to be heading out with the family or going to one of the remembrance ceremonies around the area, we're going to be looking for relatively dry conditions. It's really not until we get into the evening that starts to move in. Right now, looking at, for the most part, very dry conditions, although we're starting to see that front to the south pull up to the north. That's what we're going to be watching for our rain chances for both Saturday and Sunday. And then impulses to kind of ride along that front as we head on through the weekend. As for today, it was a pretty average day out there. We were almost there for our high. 83 is the average. 81 is what we topped out at. Our morning low, spot on, 63 degrees. Neither one of those near the records that were set well long ago. And as for right now, crystal clear skies in downtown Atlanta. Beautiful blue skies. Lots of traffic, though. Oh, it's been a rough day traffic-wise. So if you're going to be going anywhere this evening, give yourself a little extra time. Today typically is the heaviest traffic day of the Memorial Day weekend, and we've definitely been seeing that on the roadways across the entire metro area. Temperature-wise, we're looking at 79 in Atlanta, as we just saw. 77, though, in Griffin and Covington. LaGrange and Thomaston still in those lower 80s, almost there in Eatonton with 79. And then cooler in the North Georgia mountains. I mentioned they're going to be the cooler spots and not probably the best ideal weather over the weekend. 66 in LJ, 67 right now in Helen, and that's where we are seeing at least the drier air, so it is feeling a little cool up there with dew points in the 40s and lower 50s. Elsewhere, we're looking at mid to upper 50s, even low 60s for those dew points, and we'll watch those slowly rise as we head into the back half of the weekend and early next week. So take a look at these temperatures as we head into the overnight hours. Eventually bottoming out near 60 degrees here in Atlanta. We'll be looking at temperatures overall in the low to mid 50s for folks in the North Metro and over towards Rome and Gainesville, upper 40s to lower 50s in the North Georgia mountains, and then around the perimeter, lower 60s. So it just kind of depends on where you live. The farther north you go, the cooler it's going to be. And that's the story for tomorrow as well. Upper 60s to lower 70s for those highs in LJ, and then 73 in Helen, 74 in Gainesville, 73 over in towards Canton. But Atlanta looking good. 81, very similar today. 82 in Griffin, 85 in Thomaston, 83 in Eatonton, 85 in LaGrange. All of that because we're going to be watching this high-pressure system. That's what's controlling our weather today. It moves out. So tomorrow, that front pushes up. We're going to see waves of moisture really riding along that front. That's why North Georgia is going to be seeing really the kind of dreariest weathers because they're right along that front. And the front is a warm front. And it doesn't quite pass up through North Georgia. So that's why they're not going to see temperatures as warm there either. Now, going into next week, well, that front starts to slide to the east. The cold front itself finally starts to push into the area. That's what's going to be bringing us the widespread rain late Monday into Tuesday and then possibly early on Wednesday with that cold front itself. So overall, we're going to be looking for a chance of rain each and every day. For tomorrow, waking up with a few scattered, isolated showers. But as we go into the afternoon, those should push up into North Georgia. And I think for the most part, rain chances really low for your Saturday. It's not until we get into the evening hours that you see that first real big impulse of energy start to move through. That'll do so around 10 to midnight around the metro, and then push out fairly quickly after that. Now, by Sunday, a few isolated showers in the morning. Stop me if you've heard this before, but then we clear out for the afternoon. By 6 p.m., maybe a few evening showers, and then another impulse sweeps through late in the evening and early into the overnight hours. As for your Monday, that's a first alert weather day. Again, morning and early afternoon should be okay. Notice we have a few chances of rain for the morning hours, but I think a wedge is going to start to slowly build in here. That should keep us relatively dry throughout most of the day. Not until we get to the evening that we're going to start to see that chance of rain really kind of dip back down and then start to move out. The wedge is also going to be kind of tricky with our temperatures. That's going to tell us how far that goes, how far the cooler air is. We may have to adjust those temperatures on Monday back into the 70s for our highs if that wedge builds in a little stronger. Now, the flip side of that is if it builds in a little stronger, rain chances are going to go way down unless you're in western or southern areas of the viewing area where the wedge doesn't quite reach. So very tricky situation whenever we get one of those, especially this time of year when we typically don't see a wedge build in this late in the season. But it can happen, obviously, and it might happen as we go into Monday. Either way, I think it starts to pull out on Tuesday. Another first alert weather day. You'll see that with the chance of rain already in place for that morning commute. And we'll watch widespread showers and storms kind of rotate through the area as we head in through the afternoon, the evening, the overnight, and possibly on in towards Wednesday. So something we're going to have to keep an eye on. As for the back half of next week, we're going to be looking at temperatures in the lower 80s. Scattered showers and storms. Notice, though, after we get past this weekend, all of next week's going to see those temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, which kind of tells us that for the most part, we're going to be seeing some very humid conditions for you. So we're going to be looking at, unfortunately, the humidity returning. So enjoy, even though we don't have the most picture-perfect weather for tomorrow like we had today, enjoy the lower humidity while you can, because that summer heat and that warmth is going to start to move right back in again. Otherwise, we're going to be back on air tonight, 10 o'clock on Peachtree TV, 11 o'clock on ANF, and then back in the morning, Courtney Jacobazzi will be here ready to give you your forecast on air and online as you make your way into the holiday weekend, and I will be back tomorrow evening. Have a wonderful evening.
Stay up to date on your latest weather from the largest team of meteorologists in the Southeast. Download the First Alert Weather app for hour-by-hour forecasts and join us every weekday at 11:30 a.m. on ANF+. You can also text weather to the number on your screen, and we'll send a link directly to your cell phone.